We turn now to Oklahoma Republican Congressman Tom Cole. Good morning.
Morning.
So you were the lead sponsor on Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan bills. And I know this was a big decision for the Speaker to hold the vote at all. The Polish Prime Minister tweeted, "Speaker Johnson, thank you. Better late than too late. And I hope it is not too late for Ukraine." How do you measure the cost of inaction over the past 6 months?
Well, first of all, the Senate only passed the bill 65 days ago. And it's not like the Speaker didn't have other things to do. He had to get all the appropriations done.
This is an emergency. They were running out of ammunition.
You know, and again, the administration waited a while. The Senate took a while. And we had other business underway. But it got done in a bipartisan way. He showed incredible leadership. And frankly, he gave us a rule, that is the structure in which we considered all these different matters, where every single member got to vote the way they wanted to on every single issue. That wasn't the case in the Senate. I think actually when they follow the example we have, you'll see more support for Ukraine than we probably saw in their original vote.
But to be fair, we're not talking about a policy debate that doesn't have a direct impact on the battlefield. I mean, the Supreme Allied Commander testified before Congress on April 10th, Ukrainians are being outshot by the Russian side 5-1 because of this debate.
Well,
delay.
I'm sorry, democracy is kind of a messy business. And the reality is it's done. So it moved through. It moved through on a very bipartisan basis.
More Republicans voted against it than voted for it.
Well, look, it's about an even split. And quite frankly, if you want to look at the hardcore Republican opposition, go to the motion to recommit or look at the bill to strip funding from Ukraine. It's about 2-1, actually 3-1 on the motion to recommit. This is politics. There is such a thing as a vote no, hope yes crowd in every caucus. I can go down that list and tell you the members have said, okay, you got the votes, you don't need me. So I think there's actually much more. It is a fun game. And look, it's politics. I'm not critical of anybody. The reality is we have overwhelming bipartisan support for each part of this package. It was structured in a way that it allowed members to both make the points they wanted to make, and frankly, if they needed political cover, do it. But it got done. So I'm pretty proud of the Speaker.
Well, I want to talk to you more on the other side of this break, but just you are in there acknowledging when you say vote no, hope yes, that there were Republicans who had to vote no because of the political pressure and the fight within your own party.
It's not, again, people
who wanted it to pass.
You think nobody makes political calculations in the United States Senate or in the administration?
Yeah.
Welcome to American politics. But the point is, look at the numbers. Look at overwhelming bipartisan numbers.
We're going to do that
over and over.
On the other side of this break. Stay here, please.
Got it.
We want to continue our conversation now with Oklahoma Republican Congressman Tom Cole. Congressman, before the break, we've been talking about this vote the House had yesterday to approve the $95 billion package. There was a decision here for Speaker Johnson that was an important one. He basically put his job on the line. As we know, there's this movement among House conservatives led by Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene to try to oust him from power, in part because this Ukraine aid bill. Do you think this is a real threat to his leadership?
Well, I take anything seriously, but no, I don't. Look, I think it's a relatively small number of Republican members, frankly, just as it was in McCarthy's case. There were only 8 people.
Exactly.
But the point is, I don't think there's unified Democratic support. There was unified Democratic support to remove the Speaker. I think both sides have now seen how dangerous this is, how irresponsible it is. And quite frankly, I think it's unlikely that Democrats who supported Ukraine, not as many supported Israel as we would have liked, but they did support Ukraine. I think they're unlikely to remove the Speaker over that. Although, to be fair, they removed McCarthy after he did what he asked them to do, which was keep the government funded. But again, I don't think that's going to happen in this case. But if somebody wants to do it, it's within the rules and they can take their shot.
But what you're saying there is that Democrats you trust would protect Speaker Johnson from being ousted because they wouldn't vote.
I don't think you'd lose very many Republicans. We didn't lose very many Republicans with McCarthy. So it doesn't take very many Democrats to either not vote or oppose it. And frankly, I don't think we'd lose the same number of Republicans that we lost with Kevin McCarthy. I think even people that disagree with the speaker...
You wouldn't get to 8 Republicans.
I don't
They've gotten
think
to
so.
3.
Look,
Marjorie
I
Taylor
think
Greene says
there's a
3.
lot of people that like this speaker, that respect this speaker, even when they disagree with him. They know he's honest, he's a straight shooter. They also had a taste of what it's like to go without a speaker for 3 weeks. I don't think they want that again. I certainly don't think they want it close to an election.
Former Speaker Gingrich said the demons that Matt Gaetz unleashed by going after Kevin McCarthy are still out there. You can't govern by shooting yourself in the head every day. How does Speaker Johnson get anything done?
Well, first of all, he just got a lot done. He's gotten every appropriations bill passed. He's gotten FISA through. He just got this consequential.
But he has to rely on Democratic votes, which he's being
that's fine.
faulted for by
honestly,
members of his party.
No, every appropriations bill is bipartisan at the end of the day. They just work that way. So most of these things, and something like FISA ought to be bipartisan. I actually think he's, empowered the center and marginalized the extremes on each side. Now, is there some risk with that? Sure. But the point is, he's gotten a lot done. I think people admire him. They genuinely like him. They all respect him. Every single Republican voted for him. I don't think that any other person could have done that at the time other than Mike Johnson. So the reservoir of goodwill is enormous. I think he's much stronger than the people seem to think. And I think he's demonstrated that by what he's passed.
First of all, do you think Republicans after November will have the majority?
And
if so, he could be reelected.
I do, because I think we're likely to win the presidency. I think this is pretty simple. I used to do politics for a living. I guess I still do. But the reality is the person that wins the presidency is probably going to take the House. It's close enough that probably makes a difference. I think we'll win. So I think we will have the House.
All right. Congressman, good to have you here.
Great privilege. Thank you.
In person.